So here's our problem. 6 equals negative 1x squared minus 5x. I wasn't trying to trip y'all up. So let's go. So we got 6 equals negative 1x squared minus 5x. What do I notice about this problem? Is it or is it not in standard form?
It's not.
It's not. No matter what method I'm going to use. If they are asking me to solve a problem, solve a quadratic function, and I know this quadratic because I got an exponent of 2, it don't matter if I decide to use quadratic formula or if I use factoring. For both those methods, I need to have this thing in standard form. So standard form is y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. And right now, it is not in standard form. What do I need to move? The 6, right? I want to get this 6 over here with everything else so that I can have one side that's equal to 0. Now, what if somebody said, well, Ms. Stampley, I don't want all my stuff on the right. I want all my stuff on the left. Can you move these two terms to the left?
Yes.
Can you? Yes, as long as one side is equal to 0. Are you all with me? So you can either take this 6 and move it. Can you just pick it up and put it over here?
No.
How can we move this 6?
By subtracting.
Subtracting. I can either subtract this 6 from both sides, or let's say I wanted everything on the left and I wanted to say equal 0. Then I could do what? I could add 1x squared to both sides and add 5x to both sides. Why would I add these two? Because they're already what? Negative. So to get rid of them or move them, I need to make it positive. Is everybody following? Doesn't matter which side you put it on. You're going to get the same exact answers. Your A, B, and C will be different. Because watch this. What is my A right here? It's negative 1, right?
Yes.
But if I move it over here, what is it going to become? Positive 1. Right now, my 5 is negative. But if I move it over here, it's going to become positive. So it doesn't matter, though, because you're going to end up having all positives instead of all negatives. But your answer is going to work out to be the same. Is everybody clear?
Yes.
All right, so where do we want to do it? Y'all tell me. Do y'all want to put them all on the left or leave them all on the right? Leave them on the right. Okay, so then that means we need to move this 6, right? How are we going to get rid of this positive 6? Subtract 6. So let's subtract 6 from both sides. These are going to cancel out and give me 0, which is what I want. Remember that 0 takes the place of the y. Now I'm looking at this. Can I combine any of these? No. Do these two become a negative 11 or a negative 7? I can't do nothing with that. Why? Because they are not like terms. This got x squared, this got x or x to the first, and this has no x's, right? Which is really x to the 0. So since this don't have anything in common, no like terms, I'm just going to rewrite what I got, which is negative 1x squared minus 5x minus 6. Everybody good on that? Now let's go to identifying our A, B, and C. Now that it's in standard form, we can pull out our A, B, and C. What's our A? Negative 1. What's our B?
-5.
Negative 5. What's our C?
-6.
Negative 6. Now, what do I do next? This is the same no matter what you're doing. But what do I do next depends on what I'm doing. Am I going to use the factoring method or am I going to use the quadratic formula method? Right now, I'm going to use a factoring method. Y'all with me? If I'm going to factor, I need my next step to be A times C. Negative times a negative is a what? Positive 6. Then I need to find my D and my E. Now, how do I find those? I'm looking for two numbers that multiply to give me positive 6. What's the only way we can get a positive 6 when we multiply? Two negatives or two what? Positive. But I need them at the same time to add to give me what? Negative 5. So that should give us a clue. What kind of numbers are we going to have? We're going to have two what? Negatives. Now, absolutely. Let's write down what these factors are. What are the factors of 6? 1 and 6 or what? 2 and 3. Now, if I already know they're both going to be negative. How do I know that? Because I got a negative. I need a negative when I add them. So something got to be negative, right? But I need two negatives because when you multiply them, they come out to be positive. So this is going to be negative 6 and negative 1 or negative 2 and negative 3. Those are my only options. Are y'all with me? All right, so let's look at this negative 1 and negative 6. What do you get when you add negative 1 and negative 6?
Positive.
Ooh.
Wait.
What? You got 1 negative and then 6 more negatives. Negative 7. This is going to give me negative 7. Do I want negative 7? No. Remember, we're not multiplying. We're adding. Got 1 negative. Now I'm going to put with it another 6 negatives. So what are you going to end up with? They don't all turn to positive magically. It's now 7 negatives. Are y'all with me? All right, now we're here. We got what? 2 negatives. And then we got what? 3 more negatives. So what do we have?
-5.
-5. Is everybody following? So which one is going to be our correct answer? The ones that we're going to use? -2 and -3. Now I'm going to put here -2, -3. Doesn't matter which one you put it on. Now, what am I going to do with -2 and -3? I am going to replace -5. Why? Because -2 and -3 is the two terms that when you combine them gives you the -5. Do you all understand that?
Yeah.
So what are we doing? We're changing this thing back from 3 terms to what? 4 terms. And why do we want it there to be 4 terms? So we can put it in the what? Punnett square. So let's go. Now we got y equals -1x squared. That's my first term. What am I going to put in place of -5x? -2x and -3x. And then I'm going to bring down what's left, which is -6. Any questions?
No.
Are these two the same or are they different? Same thing. Just one is simplified and one is not. But why do you, Miss Stampley, do you want 4 terms? Because I need to be able to put this thing in the Punnett square. So let's go build our Punnett square. Our area model. All right, and now inside the area model, first term is always the first term. First box is 1x squared. What's going to be my last box is always the last term, which is -6. These two are going to have x's attached. It doesn't matter where you put them. So I'm just going to put -2x here, and then I'm going to put -3x here. So now what am I looking for? I'm looking for the GCF, the greatest common factor. When I look at this, this is, do these two have something in common?
Yes.
What they got in common? They both got an X, right? So I'm going to pull an X out because I know they both got an X. Do they have anything else in common? Anything. They both got what? Negative. But we know a negative don't mean nothing by itself. It's a negative what? -1. So guess what I'm going to pull out of here? -1. So that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes? And here's how you know you can pull out a -1. Because there's a -1 right here.
Wait, you pull out -1x?
I pull out -1x, right? Now, do I pull out -1x squared?
No.
You can't, because there's not 2 x's over here, right? So we can't do that. So you can only pull out 1 x out of each, and you only can pull out a -1. This is really -1 times x. This is -1 times 2 times x. Do y'all see that?
Yeah.
Yes? And so what do they have in common is both of them got a -1, and then both of them have a what? X, right? Now, I'm going to look at this. What then do I have left? If I pulled out -1 and x, what do I have left? X. If I pulled out -1 and x here, what do I have left here? What kind of 2?
Positive.
Please write your plus signs if that's what you're pulling out, a +2. And how do I know that's not a negative? Because a negative times a positive is a negative. If you make this negative, negative times a negative should be a positive, and we don't have a positive inside. Are y'all following?
Yeah.
All right, now I'm here. This part should be very easy. Got 2 options. What times x give me -3x? -3. Let's say I don't see that. What times 2 gives me -6? -3. So this is going to be what? -3. But I already knew that that was the greatest common factor between these two. Any questions? All right. I now have my factors. What are my factors? They are x plus 2 and -1x minus 3. So I'm going to write this as y equals -1x minus 3 times x plus 2. And technically, this is factored, my factored form. Are y'all with me? Now, is this factored completely? No. How do we know it's not factored completely? Because we can take something out. What can we take something out of?
The -1.
The first one, that -1, right? So watch what we do. I'm going to put y equals, and I'm going to pull out of this because this has a plain x, so I know that's good, but this don't have a plain x. So if I can pull this out of both, I want to, right? So I'm going to pull out a -1, and I'm going to put a parenthesis. What does that leave me? If I divide out a -1, now I want to show you off to the side what we're really doing. Here's what we're doing. We're saying -1 x divided by -1, right? I'm dividing out the negative 1. What happens to these two? Cancel out and leave me what? X. Now I'm here. I have negative 3. And what am I dividing negative 3 by? Negative 1. Y'all see that?
Yeah.
What's a negative divided by a negative?
Positive.
Positive. And what's 3 divided by 1?
3.
3. So what am I going to have right here? Positive 3. But I know that makes sense. Why? Because a negative times a positive is a negative. Are y'all with me?
Yeah.
All right. Always go back and mentally check. Now I'm going to bring down the rest and I'm done. Guess what now? This has been factored completely. Here's one hint. If you got x's sitting like that with nothing in front of them, it's factored completely. Both of your x's sitting there with nothing in front of them. That's factored completely. Does that make sense? Yes. Are there any questions about how I got here? All right, great. So now let's write this. Y equals a times x minus p times x minus q. What form of a quadratic function is this?
Factor.
Factored form. And what does factored form give us? It always gives us our solutions. It gives us the root. It gives us those x-intercepts, right? Where are they, Miss Stampley? Your p is going to be the opposite of what you see here. Your q, which is your other solution, is the opposite of what you see here. Are y'all with me? So what do I see here? Positive 3. So what is the opposite of that?
Negative 3.
So that's my p. My p is going to be x equals negative 3. That's my first solution. Now I'm going to go here. What is this? When it's in factored form and it's factored completely, what I see here is the opposite of my q.
So negative.
So what do I see here?
Positive 2.
Positive 2. What's the opposite of that?
Negative 2.
So that means my other solution is negative 2. These are my two solutions. Let me just test and see if anybody can tell me what would be my axis of symmetry right now. What would be my axis of symmetry? Yes. Excellent. Excellent. It would be what? Negative 2.5. Because what falls smack dead in the middle of negative 2 and negative 3? Negative 2.5. So if we need to find that, we could just take that and add them together and divide by 2. That would give us negative 2.5. Bam. Plug that in and get our y. And we got our vertex now. Now we can write our vertex form. Right? Yes.
You didn't have to factor completely, right?
No, not to solve it. Not to solve it, you don't. Is everybody good for this? Good with this? Now, I wanna take you a step further, because what did we just do? When we factor it completely, we were able to find our solutions, right? But do we have to factor it completely to find our solutions? No. So let's say there was somebody who didn't have it factored completely. Miss Stampley, what do? Same thing we always do. We're gonna start with what we got that is factored right here, right? Notice this says x plus 2, this says x plus 2, right? This says negative 1x minus 3, this says negative 1x minus 3. What I noticed some of y'all was doing on y'all quizzes, the last one, we see a plus 2 right here and we put a minus 2. Because you knew something, you're supposed to change the sign of something. But you're not supposed to change the sign until you're pulling out your solutions. That means you're changing the sign of the factored form. This is already factored. Now I change my sign if you ask me for solutions, right? You're not supposed to change it from here to here. You're just writing it. You copy it exactly as it is, okay? Now, what if I didn't put it in, what if I didn't completely factor it, but I need to find my solutions? Here we go. What do I write? I set it equal to 0. Absolutely. I'm going to put 0 equals negative 1x minus 3. Now remember, this is not factored completely. X plus 2. Now what am I going to do? I'm going to set both of these equal to 0, right, Flory? I'm going to put negative 1x minus 3 equals 0. Then I'm going to put x plus 2 equals what? 0. Now what? Solve. What am I looking for? Solutions, x-intercepts, zeros, right? Roots, plus 3, negative 1x equals 3. Divide both sides by negative 1. X equals what? Negative 3. Is that not what we got the first time?
Yes.
Do we have to go through this? No, not if we factor it completely. But if we don't, no problem. Just set it equal to 0. Next one, minus 2. Those cancel out. What do we get? X equals what? Is that not what we got the first time?
Yes.
We got our solutions. Any questions on that? Is everybody good? Somebody, you good? Yes? Any questions? All right, so what have we just done? We have solved a quadratic function by factoring. What was the very first thing that we did? We put them in what? Standard form. We put everything on one side. Are you all with me?
Yes.
Whether you move all the terms to the left or all the terms to the right, don't worry about what it comes out to be. As long as one side says equals 0, you're good to go, right? Plug those numbers in. You got your A, B, and C. We're going to take those numbers and we're going to multiply A times C. Once we get A times C, we're looking for our D and E, two numbers that multiply to give us our A times C, but add to give us our B. Once we find those two numbers, we plug them into our Punnett square, and then we factor. Everybody got it?
Yes.
Set your factors equal to 0, and then we solve. Any questions? No? All right. I want to... Oh, okay, we got 10 minutes. Let's go. What do I want to do in these 11 minutes? I want to use a quadratic formula to solve. Are y'all with me? So everybody, draw a squiggly or just start a fresh page, and let's work quickly to do it via quadratic formula. Because I did hear people saying in class that they wanted to use the quadratic formula, which is definitely an option. But Ms. Stampley, what if they ask me to factor? Because on my quiz, they're going to ask me to put it in factor form. Yeah. When you put it in when you solve it using quadratic formula, you still can go back and put your solutions in factor form. And I'm going to show that to you, okay? So you get to choose whatever method you want. So let's go. So we got 30 minutes for this quiz after, all right? So here's the quadratic formula. X equals negative B plus or minus the square root. Zaron, are you with me? Yes. B squared minus 4AC all over 2A. Miss Stampley, I don't remember that formula. What can I do? Where's that formula, people?
Okay.
It is up here. It is over there. It is over there. Right? Or it'll be on your reference sheet. So on your quiz, it is going to be on the back of your quiz. I'm going to show you that it is sitting right here. What did it say? EOC formulas. Y'all see that? Right here is standard form. Right here is vertex form. Right here is factored form. And look what's sitting right here. What is that? Quadratic formula. Are y'all with me? Yes? So you already got them at your disposal. All right? So let's go. So what do I need in order to use quadratic formula? Let's say I'm sitting here and I'm trying to figure this out using factoring, and I can't figure out what this D and E are. Ms. David, I don't know what these numbers are. No problem. Switch your mind over to quadratic formula. Okay? So let's go. What do I need for quadratic formula? I need an A, a B, and a C. So I still need to put these in standard form. So I want to switch it up a little bit so y'all can see that no matter which way we do it, we're going to get the same answer. So what do I want to do? I'm going to put 6 equals, do what I'm doing. It was negative 1x squared minus 5x, correct? Yes? Let's move everything to the left this time instead of to the right. Because I want you to see that it doesn't matter which side you put them on, you're still going to end up with the same answer. Okay? Flori, I don't know how you see the board from over there. I have no idea. You can't see it from where you're sitting. So, I'm going to draw my squiggly. What do I want on the right? I want a 0. Y'all with me? How do I get rid of this negative 1x squared? Positive. So I'm going to put positive 1x squared. Now, I'm just going to do a twofer. I'm going to do 2 for 1, right? This is negative what? 5x. How do I undo negative 5x?
By adding.
By adding. So I'm going to put positive 5x. Y'all see that?
Yes.
So what did I do on this side? I put plus 1x squared plus 5x. So whatever you do to one side, you must what? So I'm going to put plus 1x squared plus 5x. And I'm going to draw my line. Does everybody understand what I just did? Any questions? Armani, you good? All right. Now what happens to these two? They cancel out. What do I have over here to the right? Class, what do I have over here to the right? What happens to these? What happens to these? Okay, now y'all with me. What do I have over here to the right? Thank you. Equals, right? Now, what do I have over here on the left? 6 plus 1x squared plus 5x. Y'all see that? But I want it in standard form. So that means I want the x squared term first, the x term second, and then the constant last, right? So clean this up for me. What should this look like?
0 equals.
No, I want to leave the 0 over there. What do I want to put?
1x squared
1x squared
plus 5x
plus 5x
plus 6.
plus 6 equals what?
0.
0. Does it matter which side we got the 0 on? No. So now I'm going to put A equals, B equals, C equals. Why is it that I can jump to A equals, B equals, C equals now? Because it's in standard form. What is my A? 1. What's my B? 5. What's my C? 6. That is the complete opposite of what we had the first time, right?
Yeah.
We had negative, negative, and negative. Now we got positive, positive, and positive. That's always going to be true depending on which side you put it on. But it don't matter, right? It's the same thing. So what do I do now? Am I going to do A times C now?
No,
Why am I not doing A times C now?
because you're doing quadratic.
Because I'm not using factoring. I'm using quadratic formula. So only thing I need is A, B, and C. So let's go. Write your formula. X equals negative B plus or minus the square root of B squared minus 4AC all over 2A. And we understand all over means division, right?
Yes.
All right, now, second line, strictly substitution. You're not working it out. You're not multiplying. You're not adding. You're not squaring. You're just plugging in. And everywhere you plug something in, you're going to put a parentheses. So x equals negative. Why am I writing this negative before I even plug in a number? Why am I putting negative there? Did I just come up with that, the blue?
No, so it was.
Because it's part of the formula, right? Now, in place of B, what am I putting?
5.
5. Because my B is 5. Plus or minus. Notice I didn't put minus 5, negative 5. I put exactly what B was, right? Plus or minus the square root of. What am I to put it right here?
5.
5, and then
Square.
outside, square it. Minus 4. Times. Times what? 1. Times what? 6. All over 2 times what? 1. Now, would that always be a 1 down there? No. This depends on what the A is. But the A was 1, so we're putting a 1. Questions? All right. Next line. X equals. Let's go. We only got a few minutes. Now, this is a positive 5, but I got a negative out front. That's really a negative 1. And negative 1 times anything going to change the sign, right? So this say positive 5, but once I got this out front, now it becomes what? So this is going to be negative 5. Notice the parentheses are gone now because I'm actually applying the negative. It just means change the sign of what's here. Plus or minus the square root. Now help me out. What is 5 squared?
25.
So this is going to be 25. Do I drop this negative automatically?
No.
Never. You look and see how many negatives you got first. Now remember, this is a denominator, so I ain't talking about that. But this is one negative. So is this going to be a negative or a positive?
It's a negative.
Which one is it going to be?
Negative.
How many negatives do we need to make it a positive?
2.
2. What if I had 3?
Then turns it still to a
It's still to be a negative, right? Because the 2 would make it a positive, and then one more negative applied to that will make it back a negative again, right? So right now I only got one negative, so I know it's going to be negative. But for the people who are not sure, right? Here you go. Get your calculator. Put in your calculator 4 plus or minus. What am I put next? Times 1 times 6 equals, what do I get?
Negative 24.
So then guess what? This is negative 24. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So if you're not sure if that sign should be a negative or positive, just put all your numbers in and multiply them, okay? Now we're going to put that all over, what's 2 times 1? 2. All right, let's keep going. Still got a few minutes. So now my next line going to be x equal. I keep starting with this x equal because x means x intercepts. Pause.
Teachers and students, please pardon the interruption.
All right, so now we got negative 5 plus or minus. Still got this square root key. Why do I still have the square root? Why do I still have this square root? Because it ain't simplified yet, right? Now, what is 25 minus 24? So that's what goes in there. All over 2. Notice my fraction bar is not under my x, right? It's under everything else though, right? Now, I'm still not done. Why? Because I need to get rid of this grouping symbol first. It needs to go away, right? Or be completely simplified. What is the square root of 1? Is it square root 1 or whole number 1? Whole number 1. So I'm going to have x equals negative 5, because I can't do nothing with that yet, plus or minus whole number 1 all over 2. Now, what happened to my radical?
Here.
We simplified it. It's gone because we actually took the square root. Once you hit that square root key, it's gone. Are y'all with me? All right, now let's go. What do I have now? This says negative 5 plus 1 over 2 and negative 5 minus 1 over 2. This is 2 different problems in one. So I'm going to write it just like that. I'm going to put x equals negative 5 plus 1 over 2. And then put x equals negative 5 what? Minus 1 over 2. Thank you. Now grab your calculators. Let's get these answers real quick. No guessing. I got negative 5 plus 1. Tell me what we get. Negative 4. So x equals negative 4 over 2. Now do negative 4 divided by 2. What do we get? Oh, you did it backwards. Top to bottom. What is it? Negative 2. So x equals what? Negative 2. Isn't that our solution? One of them?
Yeah.
And you see how we got it using the quadratic formula instead?
Yeah.
So do I have to factor to get that?
No.
Nope. All right, so now I'm here. X equals. You got 5 negatives, 1 more negative. Put negative 5 minus 1. What do we get? Come on, help me out. Y'all got calculators. Negative 5 minus 1 gonna give us what? So this is negative 6. If you got negative 4, it's because you put plus 1. It should be negative 5 minus 1. We get negative 6. Divide that by 2. What do we get? Did we not get the same solutions we got the first time? Yes. Any questions? So now, here's the last part that I want you to see. But Ms. Stampley, what if they say write it in factored form? Haha. That's no problem. Because what does factored form show us? Solutions. And don't I already got the solutions? So then work backwards. Instead of doing factored form, I just plug them in. So do this on your paper for me real quick. We're going to put it in factored form. If I know my solutions are x equals negative 2 and x equals negative 3, and they want it in factored form, which 2 of your questions do ask you to do, here we go. What is factored form? Y equals a times x minus p times x minus q. Ms. Stampley, I don't remember factored form. Where can you find it? Where is factored form? It's either on our anchor charts in class or it's on what? Your reference sheet, which is your cheat sheet. It's there, right? Factored form is on our cheat sheet. It is right here. A times x minus p times x minus q. Y'all see that? So you already got it at your disposal. So here we go. What is this? This is the p. My solution. What is this? This is the q, isn't it? So watch what I do.
Does it matter?
Y, doesn't matter which order you put them in. Y equals a, well, first of all, there you go. Y equals 1. How do I know it's 1? Because that's what I got, right? Then I'm going to put what? Times x minus negative 2. Remember, any number we put in, we plug it in parentheses. Y'all with me? This minus was already here. That's not the minus from my negative 2. My negative 2 got its own minus in place of p. Now, let's do the other one. X minus negative 3. Is everybody following?
Yeah.
Clean it up. Let's clean it up. What do you think I want to clean up? These double negatives. What does these double negatives become?
Positive.
So now I got y equals 1 times x plus 2. Why is it x plus 2?
Because they cancel out.
Because these two become a positive. Then we got double negative here becomes x plus 3. This is our factored form. And this is going to give you the same exact solutions as the other one. But Ms. Stampley, the other one said negative 1. It don't matter. It don't matter. One is up, the other one is what? Down. But that's not what we solved it for. What did we solve it for? We solved it to find the solution. And aren't the solutions the same? Both of them say x plus 2 and x plus 3.
Yeah.
Are there any questions about that? Everybody following? Yes. All right. It's totally up to you. Can you, hey, y'all all on video, talk about which method y'all want to use. Can you stop it, please? Thank you.
The video?
Mhm.